Tunchai,
Hinaro,
welcome to another episode of
tacos on Döner Tales.
In Germany.
Exactly.
Please.
So, you know what I'm gonna do after the podcast?
No, today you mean?
Today is Saturday.
Yes.
It's not Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a better day. As we said once, it was a pineapple or a papaya.
Exactly. So, there's this beer testing in Mainz. I will go there.
Oh, that's quite interesting.
With friends.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been in that beer factory.
Mm-hmm. A brewery, you mean?
A brewery or factory?
Yeah, a brewery
nice.
where
I
the beer is brewed, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and then after it you have tasting from the different kinds of beer.
Exactly. So,
That you go from the pale, the different degrees and sort of pales, then go to pills, also
I
then
think so.
hell and
have you ever tried it?
not here in Germany. I have done that in other countries, and
Mhm.
I think it's a very nice experience to do it. If you like beer, I think it's one of the best things that you should do.
I mean, since we are in Germany, we have to really do something with the beer. Interesting question. Today is a Saturday. It's really good. The sun is shining. Relatively it's warm. But if this day was a beer, what kind of German beer would it be? German beer.
Oh my God, that's a very good question. But let me look at the day right now. Sunny. There are no clouds in the sky. It's a little bit cold, around 10, 12 degrees, but nevertheless, it's very enjoyable. I would say it would be a pils or a lager. Just to put that in English correctly, that's a lager. For me, it would be a lager.
So it keeps you also warm. Once you drink it, it keeps you warm.
And it's not hard, it's not heavy. It's a very smooth. It goes like kind of water. My God, I think after the podcast I will go. I will go and have a beer. And right now that we're talking about it, oh my God, I have what Germans say, Bierdurst, thirst of beer.
Bierdurst. That makes total sense.
That's a really nice concept because I have never heard it in other languages. I do not know so many, but at least in Spanish, neither in English, I have heard of that. But I really like the concept, Bierdurst, thirst of beer.
Honestly speaking, this German thing, this beer culture in Germany, I like it. I found very interesting when I first came. Wherever you go, in Germany, let's say you go to Hamburg. Hamburg has its own beer.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Kassel. Kassel is even small city. It has own beer. You go to...
Yes, of course.
What else? Munich. Munich has its own beer. It is super nice.
And tasty and good beer. The quality of those beers are really good. And you're fully right. Not only cities, also in small towns, small villages. They have in some places, they have their small breweries. They have the local brewery. They are supplied the region or the village in the area. And they are really good.
Yeah.
Unknown. You go there, you see the name. What is this? Please let me try it. You try, you taste it. My God, and you're not able to find it in any other place.
By the way,
yes,
just small tip.
Yeah.
Have you have been in Alps? Yeah, okay, you told me that last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a different topic, but still I want to ask you. Taste of the beer is totally different when you drink in the higher altitude, huh?
Let me think. To be honest, I think I cannot.
You didn't notice?
I haven't noticed. The thing is that you need to drink the same beer on a sea level and then again take the same beer in the same conditions, same temperature, let's say in 2,000 meters above sea level. To be honest, I think there's not such big difference because at least, where's coming that from? In Mexico, the city of Mexico is 2,400 meters above the sea level. And there we drink a lot of beer. So I drink there my favorite beer in Mexico City. But when I am at the beach, I drink the same beer. Yeah, I find it a little bit more tasty, but that's because I'm at the beach. It's warm. The mindset is a holiday mindset. It's completely different, and then I tend to enjoy a little bit more the beer.
Mm-hmm.
But in general and scientifically, I cannot tell, to be honest.
Because last time when I was in the Alps, it was not a winter holiday. Just for the records.
Okay.
It was just a summer holiday.
Hiking.
Hiking. I went on an Airbnb house, and the guy put some local beers. Oh my God! I drank this beer when I reached to the top level of the mountain. the best beer in my life.
Oh my
The
god.
best beer. Maybe it's because of that I hiked there and I carried that beer. You know, it was just like a prize. Could be.
I think this is the whole experience. It's not just that the quality of the beer, but it's the experience, the surrounding, the environment. You did
Could be.
you did the
Could be.
hiking, and after let's say a difficult hike, you reached your target, you reached your goal, and say, you're a little bit you're tired, you're thirsty. You take out your beer, which is cold.
Mm-hmm.
All these kind of parameters are met. Say, well, of course, this.
Maybe.
Just talking a beer, just the last question about it, just for you to know and to have it as a record. Do you know which country is the biggest beer exporter in the world?
Exporter.
Exporter.
So they
Yeah,
export.
that they export their beer.
Czech Republic.
No.
China.
Incredibly, no. They do not export. They export their beer, but you do not see Chinese beer overall.
Of course, then Germany for sure. For sure, Germany.
No. One thing
must be Germany.
One that's what many people would say, but do not confuse the beer consumption with beer exports. That's a different thing. Beer consumption is Germany,
Mhm.
Netherlands, Czech Republic. They are one of the, well, I do not know Netherlands, sorry, but Czech Republic, Germany, they have one of the highest beer consumptions. I do not know exactly where do they rank, but they are definitely in the top 5. But just in the beer export business, which is the country that by far exports the most,
Bring it on.
Mexico. I'm also impressed.
Of course, this beer, Corona.
Corona, Sol.
Sol.
Yeah, Double X, Tecate. They export a lot. We Mexicans, we drink a lot of beer, but of course, in terms of beer per capita, we do not drink as much as, for example, as Germans, as Czech Republic. But beer production and exports is Mexico.
But I love this Corona. My God, Corona can be one of my best beer.
Really?
Choices. Really, I love it. You put a little lemon
Please,
in it.
Tell me that.
Or lime.
Mm-hmm.
My God, especially on a really warm summer day, it is so refreshing. I love it.
Sorry, I have to laugh a little bit. Do you know what it was a huge, well, not as huge shock, but let's say a huge cultural difference for me when I arrived, not in Germany, in Europe in general, and I saw that Corona was there, and you go to any restaurant, you go to a bar, and you see Corona. Corona usually costs a bit more than the average beer, and they sell it like as an
it's premium,
premium beer, which in Mexico is not premium. Let's say it's just pretty standard. So that was the first thing. The second thing, when I say, okay, I will have a Corona today because you have this nostalgia of home or whatever, I ordered a Corona, and the Corona came with a lime.
Yes.
What is this? It only happens here in Europe and in foreign countries. But in Mexico, if you order a Corona, you get a Corona. You don't get the lime. Why do you get the lime?
Maybe that's why Mexicans don't like Coronas that much.
Yeah, could be. The thing is that what I can tell, since there's a lot of Mexican beer variety, let's say the Corona has to compete with a lot of local beers. But the thing that Corona has done very, very well is, and I have to recognize, is their marketing. They market this Corona, this holiday, this beach feeling, refreshing,
exactly.
with a piece of lime or so, and that sells, that hits. But at least for us, when I saw it, why a lime on it? To be honest, I didn't get it. Okay, I understand that it is this stereotypical thing from that Mexicans, we eat a lot of lime, which actually we do. That's not stereotypical. That's a fact. But why the lime? Yeah, and of course the lime also fits and goes with the beer. It tastes really good from my point of view. But okay. I just wanted just to bring that up because since we're talking about beers a little bit.
But it's quite interesting because that beer, as you said, in Mexico is not really something unique, right?
It's not unique. It's not premium.
It's not premium, okay.
As you can find here in Europe, or at least, or in Germany as well.
See, Enaro, there is always things you don't get used to.
Here in Germany, the thing that I would like also to share today, let's put like the title, is the the very different things that we see here in Germany.
Or we find different or interesting,
or
shocking.
Something that you were not expecting.
Exactly.
And suddenly happens.
Yeah.
Say, why? And then the first reaction that you have is, how can that be? So that's actually, to put a correct title on it is a little bit complicated. But let's say something that you weren't expecting, but it suddenly happens, that it's completely different from what I used to at home, in your home country, or in other places.
Perfect. So just for the audience, we decided to do such episodes. Let's say every 3 or every 5 episodes, we're going to bring our experiences, as Henaro mentioned, like just 2-3 different topics, what we find really shocking, culturally shocking, or you didn't expect to see. So let's start from there. Today we're gonna share only 2-3 different experiences, and then every, let's say, 3, 4, 5 episodes, there's gonna be episode called like this,
things that you were not expecting.
Episode 1.
Yeah, but it happens. And it's completely normal in Germany, but outside of Germany, you say, whoa, not in a bad way. It's just shocking. It's just different.
Exactly.
So, do you want to open with one point, or because I also have here a couple of things that I would like to share with you. I don't know if you want to start or shall I?
Let you first start.
Okay.
Because this topic, what I have, I mentioned already. I think we can talk hours about it.
Okay, so
okay, you can start.
Here it goes, Tunchai.
Yes, please.
Okay, just imagine you're at home. You go to your mailbox and you see an envelope, and you see you were invited as an invitation. But before I go further, I want to ask you. You go to the mailbox. You see your envelope. You see it is an invitation, and you have been invited to something.
Okay.
But before I go further, I want to tell you, okay, which are the events that usually you get such written invitations?
Okay, invitations usually you get from the weddings. Wedding invitations. Let's say, okay, engagement parties. Maybe parties. Let's say sometimes birthday parties.
I would say,
let's say openings, events. Let's call it this way, events. New business openings that you get usually invitation.
Baptism, for example.
Baptism. So this kind of events, normally I get invitation.
Okay, so wedding, baptism, birthday parties, graduation, business openings. But how would you react if I tell you that you get also invitation for funerals?
Funerals?
Yes. That's a very sensitive topic, to be honest. I just want to mention a little bit. I don't want to go very deep into this, just for respect to everybody. But that's something that at least I have found very shocking. Unfortunately, I have seen it when somebody passes away. The usual way is that after a couple of days there should be a funeral or the burial ceremony. But in the meantime, from the day that the person passes away until the funeral or the burial ceremony takes place, usually takes around 1 week, 10 days in average. And in the meantime, the close family or the close relative of the person who passed away, they have to manage to send invitations to every single person that they want to attend to the funeral, and the invitation should be sorry for the comparison, but it's also as formal as a wedding invitation. You get an envelope, very nice. Of course, in this case, it's gray. Okay, the colors are a little bit dark, which is very obvious. And you see the motive. You see some designs that are a little more formal. So, more suitable for the situation. Let's put it like this. You have some words, and then you invite a person, please, we would like you to attend, and also please confirm your assistance, because it also needs to be planned in some cases.
Damn. To be honest, I've never been in a funeral in Germany. Now I'm quite shocked. I mean, imagine all this sorrow, someone passes away, and then you have to think about and you have to organize these things. It's a bit
it's not
it's a bit tough.
It is not easy. It is not easy. Yeah, because then you're also mourning the sorrow, the sadness, and still have you to go with. From my personal point of view, you have to still go through this administrative to this invitation to create. Okay, which design, which to whom shall you send it? The addresses of all the people. That's a lot of work, to be honest, and you have to do it just in a couple of days. You have to be fast. At least how I know it from Mexico. If somebody passes away, let's say somebody passes away on a Sunday, as an example, on a Sunday, and then this person is taken to is picked up by the funeral services, and on the night from Sunday to Monday, a funeral takes place. Basically, the person is in a chapel, and then all the relatives and the close people have been informed in the day. So actually, you stop, you interrupt whatever you're doing, and then you go during the night, and it could be at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and that chapel is open with the person there in the coffin for an hour, half an hour, I do not know, and then you go back home. And then on Monday, the burial service, they go to the graveyard or the crematories is when it takes place. Usually that's how it is in Mexico. And in 1-2 days, everything is already, let's say, done. But as I said, it's a complicated topic, because I would not say that the one is better than the other, or they're simply different. And from the cultural perspective, to be honest, when I found out that here in Germany you have to go through this process and then to send the letters and to send not the letter, the invitations, oh my God, it's already hard enough to be going through that moment and still have to do this extra thing.
I've never thought about it, and I would never think invitation for a funeral. It's quite shocking.
It's quite shocking. Just I hope that it never that doesn't happen to you when you get such kind of invitations. But at least you know that here in Germany, that's how it works. When you get the invitation, you make the confirmation, or you decline the invitation. It depends. It's up to you. And then if you go, then the rest is pretty standard. I would say you present your respects, and then you bring usually flowers according to the moment.
I hope you don't accept or decline invitation again by letter. I hope so.
Not exactly. You can also send a short message. You don't have to do it, doing everything proposed, but at least invitation, you get it for that.
In Turkey, it's kind of also like Mexico. But let's say if someone passes away, they do not immediately bury the death. We do not bury the death immediately. On a Sunday, mostly on a Sunday, because then people are free, they can come, and it's not by invitation, but it's just word of mouth. Okay, so let's say someone passed away, and then the words are spreading quickly, and then people just come, stay with you, next to you, then all together people go to bury the death, and after the burying ceremony, the close relatives, they come with you to the house or to the and then they stay with you a couple of hours, and then they also leave.
I just have one question regarding this. You said that usually the burial takes place on Sundays, so which makes sense because it's when most of the people are free, they're not working on Sundays. But what if, for example, a person passes away on Tuesday? So that means that this person...
Look, honestly, I'm not sure.
And it's good that you're not sure.
Maybe Sunday, but usually it takes very quick. Yeah, this burial ceremony in 2-3 days. The death body, it waits in the hospital. I do not know how is it called, this cold room,
Yes.
you know, and then from there to the
graveyard.
To the graveyard.
Or to the crematory, either or. Yeah.
But as I said, there is never an invitation. Hey, would you like to join to the ceremony? No. It's just spread out with the word of mouth, and then people appear, and try to.
I think we're very similar in that particular.
But I like
topic.
the thing that you mentioned. That body waits for you in the chapel.
In the chapel, in the church, yeah.
In the church, and then you
there
go.
There are special rooms, not in the church, but there are special buildings, of course, with a chapel inside, very linked to the Catholic religion, because Mexico is basically Catholic.
You go, you show your respect, you say last time goodbye. Perfect. I found it really good.
Yeah, at least it gives you the time to get. Well, not gives you the time, but at least you can have this closure. It's as I said, it's a hard topic. It's a hard thing. That's how it's done in Germany. That's one of the biggest differences that I have seen, and that when I found out, it really shocked me.
Okay, let me take to the topic to another extent.
Yes.
This time it's not about death, but it's about alive bodies. Yeah. So. Look, there is one thing in Germany I couldn't get used to, and I think I won't get used to ever.
Which
is nakedness. The culture, this FKK culture, which is called Freie Körperkultur, which means free body culture.
That means basically no clothes.
No clothes at all.
Yes.
Yeah. People are a bit relaxed. I think they grow up with this culture, which means if you go to, for example, fitness studios, and you go to the locker room, you see naked people walking around. You go to saunas, you see people are getting relaxed in sauna naked. And if you go there with your clothes, they kind of condemn you. They kind of they look at you, they stare at you if you have a textile, because they believe that textile has a lot of bacteria, and this is the sauna is because it's hot, and it's this really good place for the bacteria. This is what they believe. This is what I'm told. This is
I also have heard the same. Yes.
If you go to also Terme and in this hot springs, you can see a group of people walking naked. The last but not least, lakes. If you go to a lake, you can see a normal part, and you can see a way. And on that way, there is a sign which is called FKK. If you see this sign, you have to know that, okay, it's gonna be FKK, Freie Körperkultur. You're gonna see many bunch of people naked, chilling by the lake. Let me tell you, okay, let me tease a bit this thing, okay? Let me
please.
Tease a bit.
Tunçay, please go ahead.
It's gonna be interesting. Let's say, okay, you go to fitness studio, you go to the locker room.
Yes.
You see bunch of naked dudes walking around or running around.
I would say walking around. Running, that would be too extreme.
Walking around, So there are different type of dudes. There are different type of dudes walking around, Normally, normal dude just, get naked and then take his towel, cover down there, and then go to the shower. And there is this big dude, proudly he just walks to the shower without towel, whatever. Doesn't even take the towel with himself. He just goes to the shower, takes his shower, comes back freely, open his locker, take his towel back, done. And there's this little Asian dude. It's obvious that he comes to Germany, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago or 3 years ago, whatever. He's new. You can understand. You can really understand.
Yes.
And then he thinks that he's adapting to the culture. He gets naked, he goes to the shower like this big guy. Bro, you are missing something out. You are not adapting to the culture, you silly. There is something else going on here. There is power games here.
Do you think so? Do you think that is...
For sure. I think in the fitness studio, in the locker room, there is this power game. think about it next time. If you go, just observe. Just really observe. Make an observation. There is this power game, but over something else.
I will think about it because
I left you speechless.
To be honest, again, you left me speechless. I wasn't expecting this kind of story. But at least from my side, I would say two things for the moment. One thing is in the fitness studio. I've been in fitness studio for years, been going there to train a little bit. And yes, that's true what you're mentioning. That actually they find it pretty normal just to be naked, just to walk from the locker to the shower, back from the shower to the locker, completely like if it was your own home. At least from the cultural perspective, at least for me, I tend to feel a bit uncomfortable because, not because of Game of Power, because it's just you're in an environment in which all of people are naked, and actually, as we are raised or our cultural background is, we're not used to that. And of course, for me, it's shocking. At the end, you get used to it. But Game of Power, I do not know. I think I never thought about it. I will start thinking because you just go there, you just focus on your stuff. You're gonna train. That's your locker. You have your stuff. If you go to the shower, you come back, but you're really focused on yourselves, avoiding looks or something. At least from my side. But something that I would like to regarding this topic, I usually do not go to the public saunas. The last, I will tell you a short an anecdote that it happened to me a couple of years ago. The last time that I went to a public one, actually it's nothing bad. So I went there to the saunas, and then I really wanted to go inside the sauna. So usually you have saunas with different degrees. The 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. I was there with my girlfriend, now wife. I was there. Okay, let's go not to the hottest one. Let's go to the 45 degree sauna. Okay, you go there. As you open the door, as you know how the saunas, you have benches and places to sit on the left, in front of you, or on the right. So we opened. You just went inside, and on the left side there was a guy, over 100 kilos, huge belly over there, lying around, taking the whole space on the left side, and he was laying around like if he was a mermaid, a beautiful mermaid, just laying like this, without any covering or so. And we went inside, we sat down, say, sorry, first of all, why is he taking the whole place? I think we need to have a little bit some boundaries, some kind of rules that you're not allowed just to lay down. You enter into the sauna and you sit down. That's one thing. And the second thing, please be a little bit more respectful. You're not here in a beauty salon or in the beach, laying around just moving because I already got sweaty in this part, and then I'm turning around. And so at the moment I was a little bit uncomfortable. Well, not a little bit. I was actually quite uncomfortable. So I said, okay, I will go out. I would rather go to the 90 degrees. Well, actually, there's only one guy, and I'd rather be burned there. But,
I mean, usually in these kind of situations, the person has to get a bit uncomfortable, and then not lying like a mermaid, but at least sitting. Okay, there are new people coming, let me sit, and then not take a lot of places. First of all, I think the person was
it was too extreme,
too much relaxed because of the warm steam in the sauna.
Yeah, but the thing, nobody said anything, and I didn't dare to say anything because it's not in my place. Maybe that's how the things are done here. If everybody is comfortable, then I will leave. I'd rather leave instead of doing a scene in that case. So I just said, okay, sorry, I will go out, and I went to another one, to a hotter one, which of course it was kind of empty. So that was the thing. The last time, well, it wasn't the last time that I went there. I also went to some public sauna some other times, but at least such kind of situations may happen. Let's put it like this. Over chilliness, at least for me, and I think that I speak for a very big part of my culture, it would be a little bit uncomfortable to see that on public places.
It is, though. I mean, I still find it uncomfortable. Yeah, also these lakes, yeah. for last time, let me tell you one story. So there is this lake that I used to go on a hot summer days. One time with friends, we said, okay, because when you go to lake, as I told you, there is one part, there is one road taking you to the FKK part. You
Yes.
see this FKK sign, it's like,
Mhm.
hidden part,
Yes.
hidden gem.
Mhm.
And then one day we encouraged each other because they said to me, Tunja, if you go, I will go. And I said, okay, if he goes, I go. If he or she goes, I will go. And all of a sudden, everyone says, okay, let's go. Then I said, look, I'm going to go there, but I'm not going to get undressed. I'm just going to go till the end of the FKK part, and then I'll come back. They said, okay. And then we go to the FKK part. Oh my God, I didn't expect that many people.
Yeah.
So many people. Even more than the normal part. I was like,
Really?
for real?
That much?
For real? You go inside, it's like a movie. People are chilling, some of them playing volleyball, some of them playing this, I don't know what's it called, badminton. It's like a parallel universe, but naked. It was really quite shocking for me. Okay, as I promised, I went to the end and then came back without getting undressed. And also, by lakes, this part, the part that you swim is also, separate. Exactly. So I don't know how is it called. By lakes, there is this thing. It's swimming on the water, and then you go on it, and then you swim from the.
You mean that there are nets that they are framing the area where you are allowed to swim? That's what you mean? Or...
Yes, but there is also platforms on the water.
Okay.
Like small rectangular or
yes.
whatever. Normally it's made of wood, and you go on it, you chill, and you swim from the beginning, and you go there and you chill, and then you come back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know perfectly what you mean.
So on this lake, this lake, as I told you, the parts are separate. Holy man! Sometimes you see a naked guy. I don't know, escaped from the FKK part. He forgot to put on some clothes. Come to our part, like normal part. He just comes there and chill. Is naked, and then I was a bit shocked. Okay, your part is there. FKK,
of course.
What are you doing here? Yeah, when I first get onto the platform, I see a guy, hello, and then his Willy was greeting me down there. Man, it was really uncomfortable, and he was really comfortable on the platform, lying like this, open legs. My God.
That's a.
Sorry.
I know. I can kind of understand that feeling. I think that's why they have this separate. They separate, let's say, from the nudity part and let's say the conventional part, because this very particular topic, even though we're in the same countries, I'm for sure that we have there's a big community of Germans that would say that they do not fully agree with the nudity, and that's why they have it like this. But on the other side, you have also another big community which actually they are completely for it. And then, if may I also tell a short anecdote. Long ago, I also went to a lake with only with Germans, with Germans friends. So it was quite funny because we went there with a couple of Germans that were actually from the area of Koblenz, let's say the old West Germany. And we went and there were, as companions of us, a family from Dresden. That means
East Germany.
East Germany, exactly.
I heard that it's really common there. Okay.
Exactly. That's where I'm trying to go into. So actually, they were my roommates on the time. So the people from Koblenz, and the guy with from Dresden with his sister, and the sister with her son. So we were at the lake. We just
Mhm.
started to grill something to eat. Actually, it was in the midsummer. The weather was perfect. The water was quite refreshing, quite cool. And they decided, okay, let's go inside. Oh, but we are not prepared. We didn't bring any bathing suit, not even a towel. And they say, and the Germans from the east part, they say, okay, no problem. Okay, let's go inside. They just started just to get undressed. My roommate with his sister and the son, who was around 8 years old, they completely fully naked, which I was like, okay, wow. If I was a child, at least for me, I was a little bit shocked, because for me as a child, it would never occur to me just to get completely naked in a public place with, let's say, with my mom and some any other member of my family, and then just go to the lake and swim. Then I asked the other people from Kobles, hey, what about you? No, 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 no. We are fine. We do not loot. No, we are not gonna do that. We just pass. They reply very politely, but I I completely could tell that they were actually not very. Let's say that this nudity part was a bit uncomfortable for them. Yeah, but at the end, they nothing. It's not that they are uncomfortable that other people do it. It's uncomfortable for themselves to do it. So actually, it was a completely division, quite interesting to see. Okay, yeah, the whole family, well, not the whole family, part of the family is swimming there at the lake. The other one is just chilling there, eating and having some grill. I was in the middle. I was a nice observer. Of course, I stayed outside of the lake. I wasn't prepared. It's not in me just to get naked and go inside of the lake in front of everybody. That wouldn't be my personal choice. But wow, it was quite interesting to see. Okay, East Germany against the old West Germany.
It's really different culture. Let's put it in this way.
And that's what it is. It's different. The only thing is that we're not used to it. And of course, right now, what we comment, it lands a little more on the not very agreeable side. But at the end, it's just different as ours as we know it. That doesn't mean it is better or it's worse. It's just different. And fortunately, we have learned the ways how to, let's say, to deal with that, to be respectful. They do it what they want. We do it what we want. And then we can both parties, let's say, enjoy a nice grill at the edge of the lake.
Genaro,
Tunchai,
it was a lovely conversation with you.
it was a pleasure.
So see you next time.
So, tacos and Döner
Tales.
Tales.